Hello everyone, welcome back. My name's Larry, aka Simudad. Hope everyone's doing really well. Welcome back to Green Valley, Nebraska. Just before we start, I've brought the money screen back up from the last video, which was the sort of introduction, look around what we'd bought and things. I made a slight error on that video. I think I'd said we had about 59,000 left. What I was actually counting in that was the cost of the truck, which when I kind of set the thing up, I was thinking that was kind of my truck. I hadn't included that in the cost of things because I came off a different save. So what we started with was 1.2 million and we spent about 1,056,000 and some pounds on the land and farms that we bought, which leaves us with 143,774. What we've got to start with, obviously, we've got literally zero equipment in the way of nothing. We've got the truck and that's it. So it's not going to get us very far. We are going to use loans, right? So yeah, we're at the shop. We need to get cracking. It's August. We're running 3-day seasons, but as you all will know if you've played FS22, the first season on a new save is always 1 day long. You can't change that, unfortunately. We have a lot to do because we've got 2 oat fields that need to be harvested. We also need to put down some beehives, which I will explain about those later in the video. So for now, we're going to have a quick check in the shop. This is the used vehicle sale. And this case Puma 140 has come up, which I think I'm going to buy. Let me just get that sorted. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do is we're going to get this in the 140 setup, so it's 140 horsepower, white tyres with wheel weights and a front loader attacher. So I'm going to buy that outright because that'll be a good little run around the thing. In terms of harvesters, that's going to be the next thing. We are going to stick with the case theme for that one, and we've got the case axial flow 2388, and we're getting this one because it's a 4-wheel drive. Actually, it's not going to let us buy that because we don't have enough money. Cool, so what I'm going to do is hop in the bank, get the loan going. So we will borrow probably 150,000 straight off. Yep, so this is what we're going to get, guys. We're going to pick up the axial flow 4-wheel drive 2388, and that's coming in at 86,990. We're going to buy this, not lease, because we've got 2 fields to do and we're planning on planting more oats or similar because we'll need it for the straw when we get some cows. And then what we're going to get as well is want to get ourselves an auger wagon. Got this John Deere here, which I think will be fine. Cool. I'm going to buy that as well because that's going to come in useful. I think that'll be everything for now. So if we just head over to here, so that's 135,000, which we've just spent on vehicles, in addition to the tractor that we purchased as well. So first job is to hook this up to the grain trailer. Right, so what I would appreciate is if you guys could sort of let me know what you'd prefer for the series in general in terms of in-cab, out-of-cab, for just generally driving around. Right, so that's set up. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all this back down to our first field and we will see you down there. Alrighty, so we're going to start with field 25, which is just this one here. We are going to do that one just because if on the off chance we don't get time to finish it, then we've at least harvested the biggest field. So I'm going to quickly head a trailer up here, put the tractor down carelessly on a hill. So we'll let him go for the day because he's done. And let's get our header on the go. So we will probably need to pick up a truck and a trailer. Sorry, just lost my words for a sec there. Right, so I think that should be all right. I'm going to go out of cab for this. But yeah, I think we're definitely going to Let's try not to take out the speed sign. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to pick up a truck and trailer. Now, around the map, the trucks that are advertised on the sort of billboards are Peterbilt. In the standard game, I don't believe Peterbilt are licensed, and certainly not by Giants themselves. They don't make a Peterbilt mod, but I have found one. So I think we probably will do that and get a Peterbilt truck. I will crack on with this and see you on the other side.
Big moves, I'm that dude. Bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace.
Just coming up to the end of the first headland, and you just get a real sense of how big these fields are. And that is one of the benefits and challenges of a 4X map. In case anyone was wondering, I mentioned in the last episode, this is, just to reiterate, Green Valley, Nebraska by DJ Modding.
I'm just sick of waiting because I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody want to recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope, but I'd rather have cash sitting in the bank because I paid my tax.
Alrighty, so we are just picking up the first load now. The combine is full, so we'll just pop round on this and pick it up in the auger wagon. I have just ordered from the shop a Peterbilt 359 and at least a setter trailer, because I just felt like I think this auger wagon is probably too small. Genuinely, I prefer to have like two loads to an auger wagon, at least maybe 3 before it needs emptying. I think this is going to be a 1-to-1, which I think what is very clear is that we will need to get some bigger equipment at some point. So when we start making some cash, we'll start needing to, get a bigger harvester, bigger tractors, all that kind of stuff.
That boss fish, all I do is focus on increasing that profit. Yeah, I'm on like a faucet, ready to make another deposit. Never been complacent since I was 8, I steady stay chasing. Always winning adjacent, side by side, grind hard in the basement. Ain't no replacement, only want me, yes, to the free agent. Cause I go with this payments, otherwise I don't really have any patience. Making that honey, I wanna be something that's more than just money. I wanna teach others and see them becoming a version they never thought. Now they be hunting their goals and their dreams, yeah, all in their reach. They listen to me, the things that I preach, and change their whole lives to something belief. And now their own mind is all that they need. I'm loving the journey, got rid of the doubt and the worry. I'm moving no mercy, whatever I get I'm deserving. I put in the work in, I feel like I'm never done working. I always stay thirsty.
So thankfully we've just come to the end of the last row, or we're just coming up on the last row. I have learned from this that an 18-foot header on a 4X map is a stupid idea. The field had 65 rows and 2 headlands with the size of the header, so one thing that we'll need to do ready for next season or next harvest season next year is definitely look at getting a bigger header, bigger harvester, thinking something maybe like a honeybee or something like that. The other thing that happened as well, which when we come to bale this up will be obvious, is I generally, when I'm harvesting, I like to try and stay on course for 0 degrees and 180 degrees on the map. I was about 5 degrees off, realized about halfway through. So some of the lines are like perfectly straight, others are perfectly not straight. Shouldn't cause too much of an issue for the baler, but you'll see that when we come to the baling. In terms of total yield, I'll flash that up on the screen now as it's not quite calculated. And averaging, we were averaging anywhere between about 23 tons on the hectare to 33.5 tons on the hectare, depending on which part of the field we were in, so pretty good. So we've still got the other field to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the course plate to get that started, and then we're going to crack on with getting some bees put down. So as I was saying earlier, we need to get bees because we've got the cereal factory production as one of ours that's attached to the farm. And to make oatmeal, which is what I'm going to do, because that required the least ingredients, is going to take all this oat down there. And one of the only other ingredient is honey. So it didn't really make sense to me to buy honey in from the store with the farm supplies pack, when I could place down some beehives and do it that way. So yeah, we'll place those down in a sec. And the other thing is, in the course of harvesting that field, I've realised that I don't actually like this auger wagon at all. The pipe's not automatic. You've got to do it manually with the mouse. Which, is based off a really old John Deere auger wagon, which, you expect that it would have been manual back then, which, you can't, it's not any fault of the modder. I just don't like it. I don't find it very efficient. So that's going to go as well, ready for next season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these all going up on the other field, and then we'll have a quick look at the bees. Because the other thing is, I'm conscious I don't want this to just be a complete and utter, oh, we're just harvesting oats in this episode. And the reason we are just solely focusing on the oats is obviously because oats can only be harvested up to the end of August, and because of the way that farm sim is, you can't, when you set your seasons, you can't do it from the first day that you play. So the first month is always going to be just one day in game. So I'm just going to get a little convoy going. See if I can get this going. Do I have to drive it? Yeah, so in a sec as well, we're going to just have a quick chat about the money situation with the loans. So we did take some loans out earlier, but what I didn't talk about was what the loan system is that we're going to be using. Cool, so that's working fine. So I'm going to just hop into my Peterbilt and we will drop that down drop the rest of the grain down into the bins. And then I'll send this up to the field as well. I think this driver's drunk. Are you okay? No, drunk? Yeah, okay. Possibly drunk, who knows? Struggling either way. Which is surprising because it's a pretty nice harvester, just not really suited to such a huge field. Definitely. I mean, it was a needs must situation because obviously we needed a harvester that was cheap because we didn't really have a lot of money or anything. So, whoa, just gonna cut this side because you're blocking my way. So yeah, it was a needs must, but definitely for next season, we're gonna get a bigger harvester because that's literally taken me probably 3.5 hours real time. Obviously, it'll be much quicker for you because it will have hopefully worked some kind of fancy editing magic. But yeah, it's 3.5 hours real time on what's probably like maybe a minute or two for you guys. Is not really a good use of my time producing the content. So with a bigger header, I mean less passes, less rows. Cool. So I'm just going to set this off. I don't know about you guys, right? But I always have problems with the bloody AI workers, always. Because I bet this bloody AI worker's crashed or something. Right. I'll be back down at the farm in a sec. Yeah, look at that. Stupid, stupid driver. Crashed into the fence. Right, so yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Right, so we're back at the farm now, sorted that absolute shit show out. The combine had crashed into the white picket fence over there, so I moved that, set follow me going for the Peterbilt, and then the Peterbilt followed the harvester over the fence, got stuck. So I had to rescue that situation. And all in all, it was just generally a poor show. So they're going over there anyway. So I've set the course play going, 3 headlands, and we'll see how it gets on. I've set it to self unload, which is not something I've tried before, but I've parked the Peterbilt over there with the trailer attached close as I can to the field without being on the crops, and we'll just see how it gets on. Just so you guys can see something a bit different, because obviously, like I said, I don't want it to be all a harvesting episode, but I do want to get that that oats off, because after tonight it will wither. And then, like I said, from tomorrow we'll be on 3-day season, so we'll have loads more time. Anyhow, yeah, bees. So that's the next thing. Bees. So no mods. I'm not running any mods for the bees or anything like that. These are just the bees from the shop. So I'm going to put them out front here, I've decided, sort of close to the one I'm facing out or in. Yeah, in, let's do in. So I've decided that I'm going to get 2 of these, I think. Am I going to get 2 of them? No, I'm going to get 1 for now, and I'm going to just sort of see how it goes. And I think the pallet point is going to go here. Is that, yeah, so the pallet point is here. So this is where the pallets will spawn of honey, and then, yeah, hopefully we will get a nice amount of honey from that. If it's not enough quickly enough, then I'll probably get another one on the sort of this side over here. I feel like it's kind of out of the way there. It's not really made any difference around the farm. We'll just see how it goes. Like I said, I wanted to talk to you about the money situation. So we did briefly touch on it earlier. And we did take a loan from the bank, which was about 150,000. And the way that we're going to track that, a new mod's been released, which is the enhanced loan system. And what that does is it's much more realistic in the sense of the in-game loan system. You're not actually paying down the loan, you just pay the interest. So you've then still got to pay like extra if you want to clear the loan off. If I sort of got to the point where I didn't want to have a loan anymore, you'd have to pay extra on top of the interest to clear actually the principal down. Whereas the enhanced loan system, it applies a 3.5% interest rate, which I can change that in the XML, I think, to higher or lower depending. I'm pretty happy with 3.5. I'll keep it at that for now. But what it does is it gives you a monthly repayment, which is $4,461, and that will pay off the interest and the principal. So in 36 months' time, I won't owe anything on that loan. That loan will be gone. What I can do is pay extra. So if when we've done all of the oatmeal and we've got a bit of cash, if we haven't spent it on better equipment, then we can pay down the principal. But I like this. When I looked at this mod, it's on the mod hub, released officially through Giants. I think it's PC only. When I looked at it, I really liked it because it was much more realistic in the sense of you get a monthly amount. The monthly amount then covers the interest plus the principal, and in a set amount of years or months, you are paid off. So that's how we're going to be doing the loans. Like I said, it's still set on. So like if I take a loan now, for example, the maximum loan it would let me have is currently 565,000. What it does a calculation of the property that you own and decides a percentage of that you can borrow. But I like that, so that's how we're going to be dealing with the loans. the next thing we will do is probably have a look at starting to bale up that straw, I think, because we're going to have to get that stored away. Alrighty guys, so we made it up to the store, and here we have bought a Chrome Big Pack. It's a 120-80 Chrome Big Pack. It cost us $12,000. We bought it outright because it wasn't a lot. I think it's a pretty old model, but it'll do the job for us. There's square bales, which is what I wanted for easy stackability. I will see you down at the shop, and we will crack on with this baling. We'll check in with the worker on the way past as well. Right, so we're just coming across the Niobrara River Bridge. Looks like he's getting on pretty alright over there. He's probably done a good section of the field, so maybe about a third. So we will leave him going, and we'll carry on down to the farm. Yeah, so we just arrived at the field, so let's get this unfolded and we'll get cracking. So I've selected the largest size bales that the Chrome Big Pack offers, which is 240.
In this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say.
Yeah, okay, so he or she is just finishing up now, and they've done all of the field. The only thing which happened, which I don't know why, was I had to move the truck. When it got to a point, I had to move the truck. Don't know why, couldn't explain it, but he stopped emptying into the truck where it was, so I had to move it back. So he's just unloading the last bit now, and then I'll tell you how much we've got off the field. And it's probably cost us about $1,000 in wages ish, thereabouts, for him to do it. Pretty sure it's a he. Yep, a he. So he's done now, so we can turn the engine off there. So we got 37,042 litres off of that. So just quickly, we'll run that down to the farm, and then we will probably call it there for this video. So just drop this down into our silos, and then we'll see how much we've got in total. Whilst that's tipping, we'll kind of have a quick check to see if we've had anything off the bees yet. Nothing yet, but that's okay. I think it'll probably come now at 5 o'clock to the last bit. And then we will need to park the truck up and the trailer up. I think because we're not going to need it again right this second. So yeah, that seems like as good a place as any. Quick check on the beehive, and there's our first pallet of honey. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. If you didn't catch the last video, which kind of introduced the series and the farm, what the fields were that we had, what the plans were in general, there's a link up in your top right, I think. So do check that out if you've got time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Please hit that like button, hit the notifications, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And until the next time, stay well and see you then.